If you like ice cream, these are the videos for you. I've developed 6 ice creams, creamies, all the way from maple walnut to something I call the Elvis, 3 berries, blackberry, black cherry or cherry Garcia, strawberry, a standard chocolate that you can build off of. I'll probably break these videos up into different pieces in case you're just interested in one. If you're interested in 2 or 3, I'll just post them as they're available up there and down below so that you can check them out. Get ready for some ice cream fun. Of all the ice creams I've made lately, I'm most excited about this one, Cherries Garcia or black cherry ice cream. In the summertime, my favorite go-to ice cream is black cherry or Cherries Garcia. The basic ice cream ingredients are the same. It's what you do at the end that makes the difference. This is how you make Cherry Garcia. These are sweet frozen cherries. I like using frozen fruit. You can use fresh fruit, and I'm actually going to do one with fresh strawberries to see how it does. And you want to make sure you get the pits out of these. I'll post down below all the ingredients in the measurements. 90 grams of sweet cherries. 12 ounces of lactose-free or regular milk, up to you. 30 grams of vanilla protein powder. 5 grams of collagen peptide as a thickener instead of xanthan gum. And on this one, we're going to use cherry syrup. It's sugar-free, 1 tablespoon. Actual serving for a drink is 2 tablespoons, but I found that I'd rather blend up the creamy, test it out first, and if I need to add the 2nd tablespoon after the first blend, then I will. Because you never know how sweet the cherries are going to be. Blend all of the powders and the milk together, at least initially, to get the powder down. So when you use the emulsion blender, all the powder is not going to fly around. Now for the emulsion blender to break down the cherries and basically unify all the different ingredients. So you'll have little pieces of cherry like that, and that's okay. You really want to break the cherries down, but give a little bit of texture. Now you've kind of whipped this into a frenzy, so and rest a little bit before you put it in the freezer for 24 hours. It's been in the freezer for 24 hours, actually a little more. I shaved off the top, made it flat. You don't want to have any kind of bump on the creamy because if you do, you could damage your machine. And the difference between Cherry Garcia, which uses maraschino cherries, and black cherry is using black sweet cherries. That's the difference in whether you want Cherry Garcia or black cherry ice cream. You don't have to put the chocolate in either case, but that just adds a whole nother level of flavor. So let's get it in the creamy and mix it up. Whatever ice cream you're going to do, you want to run it underneath a faucet on warm and just kind of loosen up the sides a little bit as recommended by the Ninja CREAMi manufacturer. 60 seconds. I thought about putting it in a water bath, but it's just as easy as anything, especially if you have a good faucet like this. You want to make sure that you get the grooves down on the bottom. Slide it in. Oop, don't slide it in yet. You'll get absolutely nowhere without the cover. The cover's a little wet because I've been rinsing it off between ice creams. And again, you want to make sure it's nice firm in the bottom. Slip it on. Now I turn it on at this point. Put it in place. Full. And I turn it to light ice cream. Hit the button. Pop it out. Powdery, a little bit soft on the bottom. Let's give it a taste. It's got pretty good flavor on it. I'm going to give it a splash of cherry syrup, just a splash, not too much. Shut off the machine. All right, I'll mix that up. Could have spun it a second time. It's kind of a menagerie here. On the bottom, it's a little soft, and on the top, it's powdery. So I'm just going to mix it up like this. Sometimes if I send it through a second time, what I find is it liquefies it a little too much for my liking. And the sides are a little icy, so I'll just blend it all together. Take a minute or so to do that by hand. And the more you stir it, the quicker it starts to thaw, and then you got issues there too. All right, not bad. Really liking how that's looking and tasting. So this is where you can make the difference between Cherry Garcia and Black Cherry. Cherry Garcia has maraschino cherries. Black Cherry has black cherries or dark cherries, and chocolate chips for Cherry Garcia. So you know what? I'm going to do something a little crazy here. I'm going to put in some maraschino cherries. So I'm going to make it a double cherry. And some black cherries, which are my favorite. We're just going to cherry this up. And then a bunch of chocolate. And just blend that all together. Not in the mixing setting, because what happens when you put it in the mixing setting, it might just crunch all those down. And I like a chunky ice cream. If you liked the smoother ice cream, you would have made a hole and put all those ingredients in there. But I like chunky. So let's get a scoop of this stuff. There you go. But very chunky on the ice cream front. Super chocolate, super cherry. Time for the taste test. Delicious. This could be my favorite ice cream to date. Thumbs up and comments, always appreciated. Thanks for watching. If you're interested in all sorts of ice cream concoctions, making and breaking things, designs of all kinds, home repairs, I even do costumes, cosplay, and props. Check out my channel and please subscribe, because you never know what you're gonna taste.